Your Excellency, Mr. Wang Shouwen, the China International Trade Representative and the Vice Minister for MOFCOM, Your Excellency, Mr. Long Guoqing, the Vice President of the Development Research Center at the State Council, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, greetings. First of all, let me begin by commending His Excellency Wang, His Excellency Long, and His Excellency Yu for their very insightful and important remarks just now. Let me also take this opportunity to commend the government of China for hosting this very significant event over the past few years. The China International Fair Trade of Services, CIFTIS, has evolved into a crucial platform. The event not only provides a window into the opening up of China's service industry, but also serves as a global stage where nations come together to deliberate and collaborate on the future of trade in services. In the 3 decades since its inception, CIFTIS has grown in stature, becoming a key international event in the promotion of a more interconnected and inclusive global trade landscape. The world today is undergoing profound transformations driven by technological advancements, shifting consumer preferences, and an increasingly interconnected global economy. Against this backdrop, I believe it is timely to delve deeper into the evolving landscape of trade and services as we chart a course to ensure continued prosperity. Perhaps the most prominent trend that demands our attention is the pervasive influence of digitalization and technological innovation. In today's interconnected world, the provision of services knows no borders. It is thus imperative for nations to harness the immense power of digital technologies to not only remain competitive, but to thrive in this evolving landscape. Consider the transformative impact of digitalization on services such as e-commerce, fintech, telemedicine, and remote education. These sectors have undergone profound evolution, altering the way services are delivered and consumed. They have not only bridged geographical distances, but have also created entirely new paradigms of economic exchange. To ensure the sustained growth of digital trade and services, several critical considerations must be addressed. First, the facilitation of cross-border data flows is paramount. Nations must work collaboratively to develop frameworks that facilitate the seamless and secure movement of data across borders while safeguarding privacy and security. Harmonized regulations are vital to provide a predictable and conducive environment for businesses engaged in digital trade. Additionally, international cooperation in the realm of cybersecurity is indispensable to protect the integrity of digital transaction and instill trust amongst consumers. Finally, people can only access digital technologies if they are able to access them, making it imperative that we redouble our efforts to ensure that the 2.9 billion people globally who do not have access to the internet are also included, are also connected. This will open up new opportunities for them to escape poverty, to improve their lives, while creating many potential new consumers for company in the digital landscape. This leads us to the growing importance of inclusivity and sustainability in trade and services. Trade and services cannot become the exclusive domain of multinational corporations. Instead, it must provide opportunities for small and medium enterprises and developing countries to participate actively and equitably in the global trade ecosystem. The significance of inclusivity extends beyond economic considerations. It is about creating a world where opportunities are accessible to all. It is thus, regardless of the size of the geographical location, inclusivity in trade and services can serve as a potent tool for reducing inequality, stimulating economic growth, and creating job opportunities. Moreover, we need to align the development of the service economy with environmental, social, and corporate governance considerations and frameworks such as the Sustainable Development Goals, and this cannot be overstated. Services such as renewable energy, green finance, ecotourism are not just economic sectors, they are the cornerstones of a more open, sustainable, and equitable markets. By prioritizing the development of environmentally sustainable services, we can simultaneously address global challenges and foster economic growth. We must also acknowledge the necessity for resilience and adaptability in the realm of trade and services. In an era of rapid change and uncertainty, we must be prepared to navigate the unforeseen challenges while adhering to the principles of openness, collaboration, and inclusivity. The COVID-19 pandemic has exemplified the need for adaptability. Service sectors such as healthcare and education must be forced and have been forced to pivot rapidly to accommodate these new demands. As we move forward, it is imperative that we build a resilient ecosystems capable of withstanding shocks and adapting to changing environments. In this journey towards resilience, international cooperation is paramount. No nation can tackle the challenges of the evolving service landscape in isolation. We must collectively embrace the spirit of cooperation and collaboration to address these challenges and harness opportunities. The United Nations and its country team here in China is an advocate of international cooperation and sustainable development and stands ready always to support such efforts. This year is the halfway point to the deadline set in achieving the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and the SDGs. Heads of state from government soon will gather in New York during the UN General Assembly at the 2023 SDG Summit. It must be said that global progress has stalled in the face of climate change, conflicts, poverty, and rising inequalities. However, through bold collaborations and partnerships, we can mark the beginning of a new phase of accelerated progress on the SDGs. As the United Nations Secretary General, Mr. Antonio Guterres, has said, and I quote, "We need to advance a more robust embrace of the goals by businesses, local authorities, and other actors," end of quote. So together, let us shape a future where trade and services benefits all nations, regardless of their size or stage of development, and a more prosperous, equitable, and sustainable world. In navigating this evolving landscape of trade and services, let us remain steadfast in our commitment to openness, collaboration, inclusivity, and sustainability. These principles will guide us in building a future that enhances the well-being of all nations and people. This is the very spirit of multilateralism. I look forward to engaging in further fruitful discussions and forging meaningful partnerships in the days ahead. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, you can count on the United Nations here in China to be your active partner in this venture. Thank you very much. Xie xie.